So with the large move in silver recently, I need to do a video, so a little short and sweet one. Silver bullion surges 8% in 6 days, which means it's now over $16, which again is a psychological level. It was 16.18 as of this moment, and that's actually a few cents over the 16.15 mark, which is kind of from what I read, it's a technical point that it needs to go past and actually close above that number. So remains to be seen. But again, people try to show, well, technical chart and this head and shoulders pattern, it's all rigged anyway. So I don't really look at that stuff and like hold it, dear to my chest. Like, oh, the charts are showing charts don't mean anything. Not anymore anyways. So what does matter to me is the fact that in 6 days, silver has surged 8%. That's a sizable move in less than a week. Silver bullion prices surged 3.65% yesterday and have surged 8% in just 6 trading days. Silver rose from 56 cents, from 1534 to 1590 is 56 cents. Yesterday, made further gains in Asian and early European trading and have now broken above the psychological resistance of $16 per ounce. Gold Core, Mark O'Brien says, since last Monday, April 4th, silver has surged from $14.93 to $16.12 per ounce for an 8% gain, as ongoing robust physical demand finally seems to be impacting on prices which remain depressed. Silver is now testing technical resistance at $16.15 an ounce. And again, as of right this second, it's $16.18. And a close above that level could see silver quickly move to test the next level of resistance, which is $18 per ounce, which was last seen in May 2015. The surge in recent days was impressive as it came against a backdrop of negative economic data, concerns about corporate earnings, the U.S. and global economy, and weakness in stock markets globally. The supply-demand dynamics in the silver market remain conducive to higher prices in the coming months. Industrial and particularly investment demand for silver is still quite strong. Industrial demand for silver is expected to rise 3% in 2016, according to Capital Economics. Investment demand for silver bullion coins and bars has risen by 400%. From under 50 million ounces in 2006 to 200 million ounces in 2015. Investment demand remains robust, as seen in the silver holdings of the iShares Silver Trust, or SLV, the biggest exchange-traded product in the metal. SLV holdings have increased by nearly 9% year-to-date. This is also seen in demand for silver bullion legal tender coins, such as Perth Mint silver coins, which had their second best month of demand ever in March. Separately, one of the leading silver investment vehicles, the Sprott Physical Silver Trust, a trust created to invest and hold substantially all of its assets in physical silver bullion and managed by Eric Sprott Asset Management LP, announced today that it has priced its follow-on offering of 12,300,000 ounces transferable redeemable units of the trust or units at a price of US $6.09 per unit. The offering. As part of the offering, the trust has granted the underwriters on over allotment options to purchase up to 1.845 million additional units. The gross proceeds from the offerings will be $74.9 million, and this will likely result in a substantial amount of silver coming out of an already quite tight market. Investment demand is likely to remain robust and may even increase due to ineffectual QE policies, still ultra-loose monetary policies, negative interest rates, leading to increased allocations to non-yielding but non-negative yielding silver. Silver remains undervalued from a historical perspective and from the all-important inflated adjusted perspective. This means that reaching the record nominal high of $49 an ounce seen in 1980 and 2011 is likely again. Longer term, the inflation-adjusted 1980 high of $150 an ounce remains realistic, especially given the increasing use of silver in various industrial applications and silver's increasing investment demand, with silver continuing to be seen as the cheaper, better value alternative to gold. And he says, gold news and commentary, it ends it with this. Gold at 3-week high as dollar struggles amid U.S. rate outlook. Gold posts highest settlement in over 3 weeks. Gold prices unlikely to slow down. Global stocks rise amid China data as crude climbs, dollar slips. Bloomberg interview GATA secretary about gold market rigging. A third of homes in some London boroughs have cut their asking prices, making most of your personal freedom and financial opportunity from GoldSeek. Bank of America warns, Europe looks frightening, trades like 2001, 2008. And finally, gold should glisten as confidence in central banks sags. So the bottom line, precious metals looking good, especially silver. I know we have this Shanghai deal exchange or whatever it was, something coming up in the next few days or so. It'll be interesting to see if that has anything to do with the prices rising here shortly, or if they rise even more and more rapidly. But as expected, prices would be rising again. So the question is, when are they really going to let loose? That's the question I have. I mean, when are they going to let loose? And I saw an article, Silver Doctors, Jim Rickards' secret Shanghai Accord kills the dollar. I said, what is this? And the gist of it is the IMF's currency, which is the SDR, which stands for Special Drawing Rights, is going to be the new world currency to replace the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency. Lindsey Williams had already been saying this for the last few years, that was the plan. So all the central banks are supposedly now agreeing, yeah, we're going to go with the SDR as the world reserve currency instead of the U.S. dollar. Someone had commented about him. First of all, he says, a secret meeting occurred in Shanghai on February 26 between Janet Yellen, Christine Lagarde, Mario Draghi, Jack Lew, which is the U.S. Treasury Secretary, and all their central bank and finance ministry counterparts from Japan, China, Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa. During this meeting, a deal was struck, which he has named the Shanghai Accord because of its similarities to the famous Plaza Accord of 1985, which was the last major central banker-backed operation to detonate the U.S. dollar. Keep your eyes on the upcoming central bankers meeting in Washington, D.C. on April 13th. So that's tomorrow. And someone said, I don't care what y'all say. He's from the CIA. He can't tell the truth to save his life. You want to impress me, Mr. Rickards? Tell us about Poppy and E. Howard and some other war stories. Y'all listen to the CIA-paid drivel. Better be careful. And someone else said, he mixes truth with disinformation at minimum, like getting served a gourmet meal which has been farted all over. Interesting comment. I think that'll be my new tagline. Anyways, again, all this remains to be seen. Have I heard anything about this secret meeting? No, I have not. Do I hold, I guess on a level of how much do I believe this? I mean, Lindsey Williams did say that was the ultimate plan, that the SDR, Special Drawing Rights, IMF currency, would be that currency that they go with. So because of that reason, I would hold it stronger than Mr. Rickards all of a sudden coming out and saying essentially the same thing. But all these meetings that all these BRICS nations, Brazil, India, China, Russia, have had, and they're talking about economic ties, and we're going to work together on all this stuff. I don't see the United States or a spokesperson anywhere every time they talk and have meetings. So do I really think that they're going to get on board with the SDR being the world reserve currency? I mean, China kind of already set up its own version of an IMF. So why would they need to use the IMF? I don't know about that. I'll tell you, I almost feel like I don't have to raise the BS flag on this, but I don't know, because again, that's their plan. The club's plan is definitely to do that. But is it China and Russia's plan is the question. Are they going to get involved in this and say, okay, we'll do it? That I cannot answer. I don't know. But guess it remains to be seen. All I know is silver has moved 8% in 6 days, and that makes me a little bit happy. Take care.